All right, so thank you guys for hopping on tonight, and those of you that are watching the recording, thank you so much. Today is the 24th of October, and Hannah is actually going to be hosting our call tonight and just talking about the importance of storytelling in our posts to be able to attract the same kind of people that you want, so you're like-minded people, and it's really important to obviously be focusing on the kinds of people that you're attracting, because when we're thinking long-term, we want the kind of people on our team in inner groups that are like-minded, that are like us. I know in the very beginning of my coaching journey, I had like the whole mindset that I just wanted anybody and everybody. And so I felt like I was constantly like calling out, like shouting to the masses. And it wasn't until I was in a few months that I realized like, I don't want everybody. I don't want all kinds of different people, or I mean, I do want all kinds of different people, but I don't want just anyone. I kind of got specific about the kinds of people that I want on my team, because when you think about it, like us, we are a family, and we are people that like will vacation with in the future, and we get to hang out with weekly on these calls, and we get to go on trips together. So when you have that mindset about bringing in certain people that are like-minded and like you, it's just really good to kind of gear your posts and your stuff towards that. So Hannah, why don't you go ahead and take it away? I'm excited to hear what you have to say today.
All righty. So I wanted to talk today about storytelling because I have seen how that has really changed my business. And like Heather said, attracting people that relate to me, and then I find my tribe through my story, telling my story, because I will attract those people. And just using social media to do that and to tell your story through your posts. You know, when we make a post, we can just make, a simple thing in our caption, or we can really dive in deep and tell the story behind that picture. So it can be all different kind of stories in your life, but when you post something, really think about it. Like, what is this that I'm posting? Should I just say like, having fun today? Or do I tell about that situation? And that is where I want you guys to get vulnerable and really think, is this going to reach somebody? Is this going to impact their lives? So I wanted to show you guys a little bit what I'm talking about. And I know many of us, we are good at storytelling, but I think some people just need that extra little, like, just to see what I'm talking about and to implement that into their post. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, did it go? There it goes. All right, so the first one I wanted to show you guys is Ashley Malstead. She's the #1 coach, and here she is for date night, and she could write in her picture caption, date night, having fun, new shoes, cute toes, right? Like she could just write something cute like that. But no, that's not going to give anybody any value. So here's a little bit about what she wrote about this date night. She says, I have lots of goals and dreams for 2019, some personal, some business related, but one of the most important is weekly date nights and getting back to us. The first year of parenthood is tough, like tough, at least it was for us. So she's diving into her marriage and letting people know that that has become her most important thing throughout the week, and that, and she's talking about motherhood, first time mom, and it's tough. So then she goes into saying this summer was spent with lots of tough decisions and tears, wondering if we could survive with what we were going through, and a few of them were really brutal moments. And she's saying that we fought for us, we fought for our family. The first year of parenthood was full of lots of growth and adjustments. And then she also went into saying that it's really easy to take care of her daughter and to focus on her business. That's her passion, but it's worth it for them to focus on their marriage. And then also she goes into, if you've drifted from your partner but wish not to, the biggest changes to right our relationship have been, and she gives good advice on how to do that. So right here is she's telling you, she's going in deep and being vulnerable about her marriage, about being a first-time mom, talking about how it was hard and how they had to make decisions, which is sometimes hard to talk about marriage, but Everybody has an up and down in their marriage. And this has nothing to do about weight loss or Beachbody. Okay. So I want to make sure that's pointed out, because that's so important to make sure that you're not just giving, things of just Beachbody, but sharing your life with people. So this is going to relate to so many people. So many people have ups and downs in their marriage. And this even spoke to me. Like, I am the same way. My kids come first, and my business, I am super focused because that's my passion. But my marriage, I always put on the back burner. So in fact, when I was doing this, my husband texted me and said, we're going on date night tomorrow night. And like, we never go on date night. And that just showed me, like, I connected to this post so much because I need to put my marriage back at the forefront. So that is what attracts me to Ashley, is these different kind of things like that relate to me, as well as so many other people. So here's another one. This is Tanya, another super successful coach. And she could say in this caption, she bought a new car this month, and she could say in this caption, new car, yay, right? Like so many people do. But no, she tells her story. And this one is just so impactful to so many people. She goes into saying, 8 years ago, at 8 months pregnant, I sat and cried at a bad credit, no money, no problem, used car lot, while the bank yelled at me on the phone asking how could I afford a car loan with a bankruptcy and no steady income. And to this day, that anxiety still creeps up whenever I apply for something big or small, and I had anxiety the entire time we sat at the dealership yesterday, expecting them to say, sorry, you can't get this car. Now, she paid cash for this car, so I mean, she has the money, but yet she still gets anxiety, and she's sharing that with people. She says that part of my story will always be with me, but instead of it holding me back, I use it as my power to fight back, to be proud of how far I've come and how hard I've worked to get here. And then she goes into more about 8 years ago, we were living in a friend's apartment, borrowing a car, borrowing money, while taking every job possible. I will never be ashamed of my past. It has given me the strength I have today. If you are or have ever been in my shoes, please find the belief in yourself. You have the power to change your life. It will be tough, and you will want to give up so many times, but always remember, you are worth fighting for. So that is going to relate to so many people. It's not about a car that she bought. It's about where she was 8 years ago and how far she's come. And this is going to hit so many people that are struggling with debt or have struggled with debt, who haven't been able to buy their dream car. They're seeing, like, she's made it, through that valley, and she's giving that advice to people, like, you are worth fighting for. So again, she's relating to people that are going through debt, want to be where she is. She's giving that, vulnerability of where she was. So I loved that post as well. And then here's my post. You guys may have seen this. This is a picture of the kids and I. They had a day off of school. I decided to take them to Six Flags. And I could say in my post, like, yay, took the kids on Columbus Day to the amusement park. But no, I wanted to share with people something that was like, I've shared this before, but not in a post, but something that was really dear to my heart. So 2 years ago, I came to this amusement park. That day, I couldn't fit into one of the rides and had to get out because of my weight. I was so embarrassed, and worst of all, I felt like I was letting my kids down. I was missing out on fun with my kids. By the end of the day, I was in tears as we left the park because I was in so much pain from all the walking we did and the over 100 extra pounds that weighed me down. I vowed I would never come back here. Well, this year we got season passes to this amusement park, and I no longer have to worry about not being able to fit into the rides. I no longer have to miss my kids' excitement and screams as we go up and down the roller coaster. No more missed memories. I can keep up with my kids all day, running from ride to ride. These are the non-scale victories of my weight loss that mean the most. So I did not realize that I would have so many people relate to this post. If you guys look into the comments, there's so many people, and I had actually a lot more messages as well. Like Jen, she just lost 105 pounds and she can now fit into rides and she didn't have to worry about that in Disney. So she related to that post. There was other people. This lady was taking videos of me. It's super awkward while I was in line. And then this lady, Amy, she is working towards that. This post related to her, and she can't wait to that day where she doesn't have to worry about that. And there was tons of other messages that I got from people, and it was vulnerable. It's always vulnerable for me to talk about that kind of stuff, but I know it's going to help somebody. I know there's somebody that's going to read it that's either dealing with that right now or has dealt with it. So again, this is just opening up so many different people's eyes to see that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to go real quick through a couple more. This is just a picture of my friend and I could write year later transformation, hashtag transformation Tuesday, which I did do the hashtag. But I went into every year my neighbor and I take a picture at her son's birthday party. 2 years ago, she sent me that picture on the left, and I was mortified and embarrassed at how unhealthy I had become. I asked her not to post that picture on social media. This year, I couldn't wait to post that picture because so much has changed, not just the weight, completely from the inside out has changed. So, you know, how many people have a picture taken of them and they're like mortified? They're like, oh my gosh, you know? So this related to so many people that have had that experience. And now I'm showing them, like, now I'm excited to post pictures. And then I give them a little thing of like, there's 90 days left in this year. So much can change for you in 90 days. And I'm giving them a solution to what they may be struggling with. So again, I'm using my story to help connect to people so that they can, you know, find a solution. I'm giving them a solution to what they're going through. So then this one, you guys, I talked about how I looked into Victoria's Secret mirror and I couldn't believe that I couldn't fit into their largest size anymore. I ended up leaving, feeling so defeated, hanging up the shirt I wanted to get. And I said, one day I'm going to come back to this, the store and buy whatever I want. And I did. And so I went deeper into that, and you guys can see this, you know, you can go into it and see it. But, you know, it's so much more than just saying, oh, Transformation Tuesday. I'm going into, I remember the day I took the picture on the left and going into how I felt that day, because so many people are going to relate to that. Same with this one. I could say, yay, loved working out with Autumn. What a dream come true. But I went into January 10, 2018, I pushed play on 21 Day Fix. I had 0 fitness level and had to modify every move. I couldn't do a full jumping jack. I had to lean on my couch to do a squat. It was okay though, because my body was moving and I was motivated. As weeks and months went on, I became stronger and saw results. Last week, I took the stage again with Autumn, this time in front of 22,000 plus people filling up the streets. If I can go from my basement doing modified moves to the stage with Autumn, you can do this too. Set your goals high and push through. Never give up on yourself, or you'll never get to experience the great things to come. You've got this. So I went into like how I couldn't do push-ups, how I couldn't do, squats and jumping jacks. And I'm saying, like, if I can get up on the stage with Autumn, like, you can do this too. So again, diving into, there's so many people that have to modify moves and they think that they can't do this program because they have to modify moves. And that's just not true at all. They can do this, and they can see through my posts that, you know, it's possible. So, and I got a lot of people that message me when I talk about that. So, that's just kind of showing you guys some posts. You guys can look on your own at different people who post their story is really, really diving in. And if your story, if you're doing a post and it doesn't make you cry, I really want you to go back and dig deeper. I cry almost every single, like those kind of posts, I cry almost every single time. My transformation pictures, I'm a hot mess. Like, I'm crying because I'm remembering that person I was in the picture on the left. When I posted about being on the roller coasters, I cried because that's my kids. Like, I'm giving them the life that I wanted to give them. So your post should make you cry because you should be diving in so deep that that's how your emotions come up. Or if you're not an emotional person, that's fine too. But I wanted to share with you guys this book. This book is amazing, and Kindra Hall is a phenomenal author. So just real quick, I wanted to show you guys this book.
Hi. I don't know how to start this video. Hello. Hi. Okay, so you have heard me talk about it. You may have even seen some of the behind the scenes of me writing it, but I am so excited because today is the day that I finally get to share it with you. My new book, Stories That Stick: How Storytelling Can Captivate Customers, Influence Audiences, and Transform Your Business, is now available for pre-order and will officially be launched September 24th. Storytelling is an essential skill in business. No matter your role, no matter your industry, whether you're in operations or sales, whether you're at the top of the hierarchy or at the very bottom, working your way up, storytelling in business will make you more compelling, will make you more engaging and more persuasive. Whether you own a company or you work for one, stories will make the data matter. It'll make your marketing efforts worth it, and it will make you better. I wrote this book so you would have access to all of the stories that are within you. I wrote this book so you would know the 4 essential stories that businesses need to be telling. I wrote this book so you could see some of the original research we've been doing that identifies the 4 critical components stories need to have. I wrote this book so you could become as effective and as compelling and as authentic as you were meant to be, all through your stories. Of course, it's one thing to write a book. It's another thing entirely to actually have people read it. And in order for people to read it, they have to order it. So that is what I'm going to invite you to do today. Now, if you go to storiesthatstick.com to pre-order, you will.
Okay, she just goes into how to order, but it's already available, so you can order it on Amazon. But I highly suggest this book, Stories That Stick with Kindra Hall. It goes in depth of different stories that you can tell, and like she said, there's 4 vital things she gives into storytelling. So if you're sitting there like kind of thinking, well, I don't really know what story to tell, that book's going to help you kind of decipher what to talk about and what will bring people to you. So she and I did September's Ultimate Portion Fix Master Series on storytelling. So that's how I found out about her. She's an amazing lady. And if you guys want to get the Ultimate Portion Fix Master Series, oh, my mom says I'm beautiful without eyelashes. Thank you, Mom. This is the Ultimate Portion Fix Master Series that you can order if you would like, but this is just kind of going to give you an example what is in that series.
What's up, coaches? Welcome to September's
It don't want to work for us. That's weird. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get it back up. Oh.
What's up, coaches? Welcome to September's Ultimate Portion
Okay, I don't think it's going to work.
Fix Master Series. This month is all about your story and how to share it to attract more people and grow your business. In our business section, I'm interviewing Hannah Day. Sharing her story not only led to her becoming the Beachbody Challenge $100,000 winner, it also led to her becoming a successful Beachbody coach. Our social media and challenge group sections cover how to tell a good story through posts and invites, as well as encourage your challengers to share their own stories. For our expert interview, we have author and expert storyteller Kindra Hall, whose book, Stories That Stick, has strategic ways to share your story in your personal life and in your business.
And don't forget, you get 5 new Fix8 recipes that you get to see before they launch on Beachbody On Demand. All right, that's what's in store for September. Let's get started with the business.
All right, so that's just going over the different things that they have. So again, another thing with storytelling, it's so important. I mean, that's why this was brought in September for you guys in the Ultimate Portion Fix Master series. Is it's so important. It connects to so many people, and so many people will want to join you and see you because they're starting to get to know you, right? Like they're starting to trust you. That's why so many people say to me, like, we're best friends, but you don't know me, because they're seeing my post and I'm diving deep into my life. And same with Heather. Like that's how I connected with her. She was diving deep into her life with her posts, and I felt like I knew her. I felt like we were best friends, yet we hadn't ever met. So again, I just want to encourage you guys to share your stories. And if you're sitting there thinking, I don't feel like my story is worth anything or worth sharing, no, your story is 100% worth sharing. It is just as valuable as anybody else's story, because your story is unique and it's going to, captivate other people. So like my story is I was sick with breast implant illness. I lost weight through Beachbody. So I connect with those kind of things. But just the other day, I had somebody who is going to be on our team soon, and she said to me, my only fear is I feel like my story isn't worth anything. It's not going to give anybody any help. And she started telling me her story, and she used to have an autoimmune disease, and she was told that she may never be able to work out ever again. She's in remission from cervical cancer. And she's telling me that she doesn't think her story will help anybody. I was like, girlfriend, your story is going to impact so many people. You are going to touch so many people's lives, and you're going to help so many people. It is not about weight loss, okay? Like this is not about weight loss. It's sharing your own story. So whether you joined Beachbody because you wanted to become healthy, because you wanted to gain muscle, or you did join to lose weight, it doesn't matter, because you're going to share your story, and it is worth so much. And so think about why you joined Beachbody. Think about all the different things that have happened in your life. Divorce, a bumpy road with the person you're with, marriage, whatever it is. That is a good topic to talk about, because so many people can relate to that. And all of us have had a bumpy road in our relationship. Unhealthy relationship with food. If that was something you have struggled with or are struggling with, talk about it, because so many people deal with that. Self-love. If you've never felt self-love, talk about it. So many people struggle with loving themselves. And that, I feel like, heals your soul. Like when you talk about it. Debt, if you have debt or were in debt, talk about that. A death in the family, if that has been something that has really, shifted your thinking or how you live now, talk about that. That is very, like, that connects to people. Depression, anxiety. So many people have dealt with depression, anxiety, and are currently still, dealing with that. So you can relate to so many people with your own story. Don't ever think that your story doesn't inspire people. So, I mean, I said that on the stage in front of all those coaches because I had heard that so many times. Like, I've never lost weight, or I didn't need to lose weight, so how can I help people? I'm like, what does that have to do with it? No, like, as long as you're bettering your health and your life, and you're living your best life, and you're sharing your story with people, you're going to connect to people. So I just want to encourage you guys, next time you post, think, is this like a surface level post, or am I really getting deep? Am I showing people my true authentic self? Am I getting vulnerable? Think about it before you post it. And if you're not, dive in deeper. And I work on this too. Even I'm really good at posting in my posts, but my stories, I mean, Heather and I were talking about this. I'm trying really hard to, be more vulnerable and be more myself in my stories. Because I can do that in post all day long. But so it's something I'm working on too. So I just want to encourage you guys to share your life and all of it in all the different ways, because it's really going to attract people. And I've noticed that people are drawn to me by the content of my posts. So that's
yes. And I think like so much, like we're so afraid to like sometimes go deep because we feel like, oh, we have to be like always, on top of, we always super positive. We have to play this, role that like life is perfect as a Beachbody coach. But that's not reality, and that's not true. And that people are going to see right through that. And we also don't want to be constantly just posting the same thing. Like, oh, I got my workout in today. Like, yay me, great job. Because that's going to get really lame. Like, you don't really want to follow somebody who's just like, I worked out today, good job. That's great for a week. And then you're like, okay, I'm done with that. Don't really want to follow that person because I'm not getting anything. But when you get vulnerable, and obviously you want to spin it and show how you got yourself out of that. So much of that is through our community or through, the tools that we have. You always want to make sure that you're spinning it in a way that you're showing that you were able to pull yourself out of that spot. But letting people in and letting people like truly know who you are, that right there is what's going to grow your following. That right there is what's going to get people to consistently come back to your page and check in and see what you're doing or what you're up to, or really actually wanting to read those posts because they mean something and they get something out of it. It is hard to let people in, especially on, you're on social media. You feel like you're like opening up your life, to the public, but that's exactly what we're doing because we have a desire to help, people through that. And that's the only way that we can help break down their barriers is when we first break down ours. So this is so helpful. Thank you so much, Hannah. This was a really, really great call, and I appreciate you getting on tonight. So did anybody have anything that they wanted to add or anything that they wanted to say tonight? Questions for Hannah or anything else you wanted to go over? You can always use the chat too if you need to. I just ordered the book. I've been wanting it. It's been sitting in my cart for so long. And then, just watching her tonight, I'm like, okay, yep, that's ordering.
I know. I love her. I told her, I was like, you need to come to Chicago. She's like, I'm working on it. So I comes like, we're going.
Have to sign my book.
Yes.
All right. Awesome, guys. Well, if nobody has anything else to add, thank you again, Hannah, for tonight. And we will see you guys next week. All right.
Yay. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.